Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another round of Ultimate League Season 22, and we find ourselves in the round number 9. So looking at the standings, it is Flix now leading the way with a 15 points gap to Aussie, so perhaps winning the title today could be possible, but it is a bit of a stretch, and for Aussie to have realistic chances of winning this title at the final round is going to need to gain points on Flix and probably win this race as well. And we got their Fun Fender in third place, and yeah, there's definitely a bit of a big battle even for second place with also Corvid, big hit valve there. Then for one time, in order for them to secure today's title, to secure the constructors title today, it's going to be a matter of not losing any points to SCP, as they are now leading the way with 60 points gap to SCP, who's also trying to hold on against LSA for that second place. And then looking at today's track, it's going to be one of the classics. This is where Formula 1 started back in 1950, back with a very different layout though, and also back when Queen Elizabeth II was still in her 20s, and I don't think she was even a queen back then. But as you see right here, it is a circuit of Silverstone, a lot of fast corners, so we might definitely expect to see a lot of huge gaps forming here. Also, it is definitely one of those stretches where they're going to be hard to just be better on pace compared to other drivers, although it is still possible, as there are still some tricky parts on this track. For instance, the Cops corner, that one that you see on the bottom left of the map, it is a little bit tricky, and the drivers will definitely have to time that corner pretty well. And there are some lefts and rights, as you can see, releases in between turns 3 and 4, for instance. And then you got also that final chicane that can also be a little bit difficult, and I think that's the one that is also going to be tricky in terms of battling, and the drivers that have to watch out and to try not either get killed or kill someone else. Also, another big factor for today's race is going to be the big old, or the good old British weather, as yeah, there's some rain expected today, so the drivers do not need to use two different compound of tires, and so they can use whatever tires they want. But now the main thing is that the rain could absolutely shake up things, especially on a track like this, where the skill gap can definitely be a little close. But it is still a very long track though, so maybe qualifying you might still see a bit of a disparity between the drivers. So without any further ado, let's get ourselves into the qualifying session. Alright, so here we are then here in qualifying, as we are now pretty watching Ludwig, who seems to be filling in for SCP, as today we do have a full 18 driver grid, so that is always nice and very fitting for such a classic race in such a classic track as well. And yeah, we're now seeing here Membergold now going through the loop. Now we got ourselves into the Wellington straight. And I can definitely tell that I do have a map with me with all of the turn names in here. Then you got Cops, which definitely very tricky here to make. And then you got the Megas and Beckets, of course. And yeah, the ending can be a little bit tricky there, just like in real life. But then now we got here the Stowe, where Michael Schumacher suddenly had a bit of a car failure and went straight on and broke his leg, which took him out till the end of the 1999 season. But either way, we now got here Flix and Fiegel tying our provisional pole there, so a lap of 40.17 with Nico Rosberg, who's actually Aussie, now getting himself there in third place. And you got Ludwig and then Membergold tied, and yeah, let's see then how will things go in the end. Need to see who's more towards the front. We also got Piggy making his debut today. He's very well known amongst the mobile community there, and he's filling in for I think Ricard Auto, yes. So that's pretty much it. Now we see here Figo with this brighter livery now taking provisional pole, as we see, oh, Ludwig is gonna steal it. No, but now Yoel also does it. Oh my god, that was a bit of a delayed reaction there, but yeah, I was just looking at something else. But there it is then. We got Yoa starting on positional pole, and if he stays that way, hopefully he's not going to finish P9 in the end. But yeah, we see here, but now who's more towards the front here? We got Figo, looking good here on his third lap. We got also F1 Fan, who desperately needs to improve here. Let's see now, final lap, as they're doing the final few turns. And now into the Hamilton straight, and it's going to be Flicks on pole position with the 40th lap flat there. So nicely done there from Flicks, takes pole position with Tenyoa starting in second place. Then you got Ludwig here in third pole, then by the 3 times world champion Figo. Then you got Carvey starting just ahead of Aussie. Then you got Membergoat with the LSA Suzuki and F1 fan with 10 Cado closing the top 10. And then starting on row number 6, we got then the mobile driver Piggy starting just ahead of Il Vicione. And then you got Jurani with Vituco. And then you see further back we got the British driver here, Albono and Robert. And then you got Lexus starting just ahead of Fury. So yeah, difference of 1 second, and it would be only 7 tenths if it wasn't for this, I guess. But yeah, it is a bit of a close track, and I'm definitely cannot wait for this race with the rain and all that. I think it's very promising today, so let's get ourselves into this penultimate race of the season. Right, here we go then. It's going to be a sunny start. As you see, now lots of drivers looking to start on the soft tires, but here we go then. We are racing in Silverstone. We see Flicks us away now, going into turn number 3, which is where drivers need to watch out here. But it is Flicks still leading the way. Figo now up into second place. As we see some drivers like Yoa just running here to this grid. But as you see now, Ludwig in third place, battling Figo, but it is a 1-2 there for the 1 times. Then we got there Corvid also up there with Cado in P5, so amazing start for the Frenchman. But now we see Yoa going 3 wide with Hosberg and F1 Fanny, 2 Megas and Beckett's there. But they managed to survive, and now they go into the hangar straight now. They go now side by side, but Ozzy there now ends up backing off on that final chicane, which I think is the best thing to do there. Now we got Ludwig, the less experienced driver, now battling field, which now allows for Flicks. Now just get away now with the lead of the race. Amazing stuff there for Flicks. Now we got Figo. Probably not gonna mind all of this as we see Carvey now. Oh my god, they're just causing a bit of a chain reaction there. As Ludwig now started pretty well, but he's down in P14 right now. We see Hover now filling in for Lynx Racing, now battling a few drivers, and oh my god, just LR50 that's going on. So pretty much what was predicted for today's race here. Huge packs, as a lot of the turns are done pretty fast, and there's these long straights as well that always helps. But as you see then, it is Suzuki now in P6. Then you got Cado and the huge straight there, but I think at the back though, look at Yuris now suddenly fighting here, now getting himself into P14. I guess for him this matters because otherwise he will be down in last place. But now we see here Piggy, probably not used to see such a long slipstream range, whereas we see now Piscione getting pushed by Yuris there. Ooh, now Yuris with 2 massive mistakes. Piscione gets blocked, but that is just unfortunate there. Then you see here Albano just trying to give space to Giorani, but they're all gonna be stuck in this battling. And then we see at the front as well, we got Nico Rosberg with Cado, Tsuduce, Bituco, and now F1 Fan is getting separated as we see. F1 Fan now down in P9. Then you got Ludwig just trying to recover with Membergo to left. They did not have a good start as well. And at the back though, they still continue to go at it. Look at that. Going now 3 wide into the tops as we see now. Oh my god. Piscione and Lexus are both low forces is going off the track there. And as you see, I think at the front, I think there's still some battling going on sometimes as well there. But yeah, at the back though, we got Robert with an early pit stop. Look at that. So I guess he wants to just have that clean air, do a huge undercut, and yeah, you can see he goes for the hard tires. So this is all planned. It might work well for him. Let's see. Interesting that he would think of something like that as well. But yeah, we got in here a bit of a train of cars, but they all definitely behaving there. Then we see here Albano versus Giurani now going side by side. Giurani wants to get past, and oh my god, that was lag. I think that was certainly lag, because Albano was going straight on for a little bit, and that little bit was enough to push Giurani off the track. And now we see more drivers going into the pits already. Because, yeah, it may not look like it, but this is a bit of a long strike as well. But this version of the circuit. And yeah, as we see then here, F1 fan now correcting P14. As he now gets past Albono. So now we started to see this sort of crossover between the drivers who are still yet to pit with the drivers who have pitted. And that is obviously quite interesting to see. But as we see now, we got this sort of freeway battle. Ludwig just having a look up inside now. Ooh, I don't think he wanted to exactly pit there, but he was forced to. As we see the other drivers now leaving the pits. We see Figo with Yoa. And Flix now leaving in third place with Corvin and Membergot still yet to pit. So this is where the rain could make its magic. As we see, Flix with a massive mistake now. Figo just trying to get closer there. Could potentially do it. I think Yoa will be praying on that, same with Suduk. And yeah. So continuing here much further back, we got Uris with Lexus and Energy still holding on pretty well. But there's few drivers have pitted, of course, so that usually changes things. And then did we see Uris, Giruni down in last. As you got some drivers in pitting, CB Shione and Lexus, so Flow Force just double stacking. And then we see Albono now going back off there, he's still yet to pit and he's down in P12, so things not exactly looking all that great for him. As we also got Flix now getting caught up by, oh no, it's actually the opposite. Flix now catching Membergoat, so this is actually nice for the Dutchman. As we see him now just trying to take full advantage of that slipstream. But now is he gonna lose it? I think he might just lose it there. But he might also just keep it. Look at that. Membergoat just staying pretty well there, but now I think, yeah, just being way too much. Those two turns, Village and the Loop, are really tricky on those tires. And as we see now, ooh, look at that now, Figueira catching Flakes. As we got also Yoa trying to go around the outside of Membergoat. And he does it as well. Now Suzuki probably praying that that Stargoat is not going to slow him down and make him lose contact to the front here. But I think, yeah, Membergoat probably is going to have to pit. Yes, he does it. So here goes Membergoat pitting from P4. And this could end up nicely for him. But now you see the clouds coming in. So some drivers might have to be a little bit sweaty. Especially here, I think Suzuki, because he has older tires, he might have to pit earlier than others. But I'd say as long as he can stay on this group, he can definitely stay out a little bit longer as well. So the F4 drivers are just nicely there at the front. Then you see Zuruni now recovering up to P13 with Piscioni, maybe try to go around the outside. We also see Hover maybe trying to go for a move there, going into Cops now, which once again it is a bit of a tricky turn. But yeah, you see Hover almost getting pushed there, but he managed to survive. And they are definitely quite far behind the grid, very spread right now. Here we see, oh my god, Zurning really have to defend hard against Hover here. The Steers just try and go for overtakes. But now as you see, light rain comes in. So here comes the rain. Lucky now, looks like Flix has managed to now get rid of his teammate again. And lucky for him, it is in a situation that might not affect things all that much. But let's see now, who's gonna stay out, who's gonna go into the pits. Looks like Figo stays out. He's gonna go for that gamble, which could definitely pay off. But he does have older tires. And as we see, here we go. This is what we were talking about here in the end. We also see Membergoat staying out as well. But definitely does make sense. He was on fresh mediums. But as we see, a lot of drivers have pitted right now. But Figueira and Membergoat will definitely benefit from this quite a lot here. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of drivers are at the back. They have not pitted in the end, which is interesting. We got Hover who has pitted, and yeah, now this is gonna shake up the whole grid as we see now. We see Flix and Suduce then pitting, and look at Suduce, what a weird line I just saw there. Just cutting that pit entry. I think now Flix probably saw that and he's gonna cut up on that as well. And he's definitely gonna be informing Figueroa of that as well. So yeah, we see then the drivers pitting. And as you see, oh, the rain comes back. Yo, stayed out on the eaters. Oh my god, what is going on right now? Yoa actually stood out on the eaters. This is the golden chance for him. Because now Figueroa is gonna have to pit. Then Bergot also gonna have to pit. And I'd say this could work very nicely for him now. But it's also light rain. We cannot forget about that. Let's see now, some drivers actually risking it here. We see Ludwig actually staying out. He takes now second place. And yeah, this rain looks pretty light. But what matters is whether it lasts or not. As we see Bergot now in P4. And look at that, yeah, Figo makes an easy overtake then. But as we see now, it is Yoa with the massive lead as we see the rain ending again. So I'd say Ludwig probably played this right. As we see also Bergot could definitely be on his way for another podium, but he's gonna have to pit on the very next lap. So this is when things get interesting. Flix is down in P8 here. That is also huge, but luckily for him, Ozzy's main rival from this season is down in P11, so I don't think it's gonna be a huge problem for the Latvian. But as you see now, he gets himself into P5. There's a lot of drivers battling each other here. Now the thing is that it's drivers with different tires as well. As we see now, the Inter's going to be on a disadvantage here. As you got Carly now just trying to get past both of them, and I think yeah, battling him is gonna be useless. Unless you feel like getting pushed into the grass. But now you can see Yoa pitting from the lead. This is amazing for him now. Because he no longer has to worry about having other tires. But as we see now, Kat Ludwig is gonna take second place. But he's gonna be on all the mediums though. So he could potentially have an extra pit stop to make. We have to see. Either that or he's gonna have to do longer stints, which could definitely compromise his pace as well. And look at this, suddenly, out of nowhere, we see now F1 Fan, now in P4, same with Carvid. He's one of those drivers who have stayed out in his final reign. But the main thing though is that they do have much older tires, so yeah, not sure if things are really going all that well for them. But I'd say things going amazingly well for Yoa now. An amazing Shesu, but I think he made a mistake there. But now let's see how things go. We got now Figo trying to get past Carvid. Can he make a move here? And no. So he stays behind the Australian. Now into the bike straight here. Tries to make a move now into Cops, now into magazine packets. He tries to push his car against Carvid's car. Not sure if that's gonna be a useful tactic, but as you see now, they're going side by side in our spectator view, and yeah, there he goes. That was bound to happen pretty much. And yeah, Figueroa could pretty much say he's doing a home race, even though he's Japanese and Portuguese, but he does live in the UK, so for that reason, definitely doing a home race, because it's essentially in the country that he lives. As we see now once again, he continues to struggle to get past Carvid there. But again, he's gonna try it, and yeah, just goes off the track. A huge struggle here from Figueroa, the driver who won the race last week. Now he gets passed by F1 Fan again. F1 Fan who also has old tires. But I think F1 Fan also has pink, so he's aware that he's there. But in the meantime, we also see Kano into the top 10. This probably works out great for him. And then we see here Flix and Tsuduce. But look at Yoa at the front though. He has never finished a race in a podium. He's been close a few times. For instance, in this season, it was one of those races, but today though, he could be already going for the race win. In the meantime, we see Ludwig still opting to stay out. And then we see now F1 Fan beating here. So he goes for the mediums. Yeah, we see now Flick's down in P7, now he gets past Manbergold, and yeah, Manbergold looked to be in a good situation, but now things have sort of changed, it seems. But yeah, I think, like Figo, for instance, he pitted on that second rain. But as we see him, Ludwig opts to let Figo go through. Is he gonna try and take that slipstream? No, he goes for that undercut instead, so probably a nice decision, because he would very likely lose that slipstream to Figueira. He dives into the piece. We see Corvid going right after, and then Flicks as well. Wait for the soft tires, and yeah, today, since there is rain, the drivers do not have to worry about using two different compound of tires. But as you see now, Ozzy is going to be then ahead of Flicks for now. And look at that, Flicks is actually the driver who's pitted the biggest amount of times. And you see he's with 6 pit stops. While for instance the driver behind him is only pitted twice so far. But he might be about to pit for a third time in the end, but I think things just going crazy. We see more drivers into the pits. We see Suzuki once again with that wide line. Which I wonder if it really works or not, but as we see him now, leaves the pits behind Ozzy. Looks like he got already overtaken by Flicks. Now it's Suzuki there, trying to get past the Polish driver there. You see Ozzy just getting himself ahead, but and other drivers at the front. Yeah, this seems to be a little slipstream pack. And now it is Daniel then getting called into the pits. 14 laps to go. Can he do this or not? As we see Figueira trying to catch him until the end of this race. I think he's not gonna have a good reason to complain, I'd say, for Yola. Because even if he does not win, I think podium is on the cards in the end. And that would already be a massive thing for him, so let's see how things go as we see this huge chaotic pack right now. Drivers on completely different strategies, crossing over each other. As we see now Flicks just trying to get past F1 Fan. And yeah, F1 Fan cannot really defend there. So Flicks goes up into P7 then. Did you have a counter picture of who's doing well and who's not doing all that well? Starts to get clear right now. We see Bituko, Defty, one of the drivers benefited here now. Going down here, I think P10, P11. Look at this huge train now. The drivers have to be very bunched up. And then there is a huge gap until we get into the very next drivers. We see Piggy with Albono. Is Albono gonna let Piggy pass? Oh, maybe not. We see Visione right behind. Now there he goes, Piggy up the inside there, and he makes a nice move there. Then we see Visione there in P14. And yet he is still battling some drivers at this point of the race, so he's down in P18, but still doing pretty well to see Yoa continuing to lead. And he actually did gain time on Ludwig, who definitely does have much other tires. Now we see Figo going for a move on Manbergold there. And that was a very easy move there. Then he got Corvid also right behind. Let's see, Manbergold though, he's on the hard tires. He usually does like to go for these wild strategies. At the main thing though, maybe not. I was thinking maybe he could just go for one more pit stop. But I think he wants to delay this one as much as he possibly can, so there does not get compromised tires. But so yeah, Figueira is definitely been gaining time on Yoa. Yoa also has to pit early. But now we see then Figo going for the move on Ludwig. He was gonna go defensive into tops. Figo's gonna be forced to go the long way around. Now he goes through the left side to Megas and Bex that still managed to both stay on track, which is nice to see. Now into the back straight. As you see Figueira having decided to stow. Can he make the move? Yes, he can. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Just saw Ludwig just going straight on. I thought he was going to have a bit of a brake failure or something, but no, it was just lag there. So weird stuff going on as we see Bituko and Suduce there Now battling each other as well. Bituku definitely looking for a good race today. And, oh nice Suduce, what the hell is going on? Jesus Christ. But yeah, now you see Flicks down in P9. He has made his final pit stop though. So let's see though, he's gonna be once again on compromised tires. Menbergot also has made his final pit stop. As you see then, we got Ludwig now pitting F1 fan, now doing the same line that Suduce was doing. And he goes for the mediums, yeah, so the drivers now opting for mediums. And I think we might see some other drivers, yeah, Joa and Figo definitely pitting again. Carville also has to pit, same with Pituco and Suduce. Ludwig though has already made his final pit stop as he now goes for the move on Suduce there. And yeah, he's done it pretty well. So you see then, yeah, the drivers is really just being in no man's land now. Really, the grid really did spread quite crazy lately. But yeah, what is going on? Why is what? So I don't know what's going on, but I'm seeing that lap drivers would seem to be ghosted. Oh, now they are. I'm guessing that was a bit of a checkpoint issue. I think Yoa was seeing Bishani for a bit being physical there. But as we see now, Yoa then makes his final pit stop now with 7 laps to go. Figueroa looking to do the same now. And we should see more drivers soon as well. See Solution now still opting to stay out though. I guess they wanna only do 6 laps in the end. But yeah, the likes of Figo and Yoa will be comfortable with 7 laps as we see then. The British, I mean not the British driver, but the Portuguese Japanese driver then leaving the pits in 3rd place. Yes, Bituku still yet to pit. But yeah, we got this huge battle now for 2nd place, Figo versus Ludwig. And interesting enough, we see Figo going for the mediums while Yoa went for the softs. So interesting stuff going on here. As soon, yeah, we should see more drivers pitting. As we got then Yoa leading the way. Yeah, now Bituku pits. I think we should also see the LSAs pitting, and again, yeah, Suzuki just goes for that weird line. So we should have to still see some battles going on, but yeah, we see now Flixen going to P7. And that might be the best he can do today. The thing though is that he has some drivers on fast tires right behind him. And yeah, that's gonna be the thing. In the meantime, look at Ludwig. He's very prone for battling, and there is, I think, Figueroa's nightmare, because he would like to just focus and catch Yoa, even though it's 5 seconds until in only 5 laps, so I guess it would pretty much be impossible, so you may as well just fight for 2nd place. But even if that was not the case, someone like Ludwig having being in your section would be your biggest nightmare if you want to chase down someone, because well, he's going to be there to battle. But as we see now, Figueroa may have been able to get rid of the STP driver. As we see Carter also trying to chase yet another podium, which I'd say could definitely be possible. Because just look at his tires, he has better tires than Ludwig. So we could be catching until the end of this race. But time is running out though, there's not that many laps. In the meantime, Yoa could be on for a surprising win. There it is, I think. The story of this season. One of the best stories of this season. We saw Corvin getting his 3rd win of his career earlier in this season, back in Easter Island. We also got the likes of Ozzy and Johnny Fu as well, taking their first ever wins as well. So this has definitely been a bit of a magical season. And yeah, I mean, I guess Christmas is going early for Yoa. Just look at him, just happy. He's even getting time on Figo. Well, I wonder if he made a mistake and probably wanted to go for softs but went for mediums instead. But he's gonna have to concede this one. He's gonna have to go and settle for 2nd today. is now surely impossible to catch. But yeah, we also see Member got an F1 fan, asking for P5. Then we got Ozzy and Bituko, and I think the party for Flix will be delayed for the very next round. But Defty gonna be looking great for him, I think. That he's gonna be extending what is already a huge gap in the championship. So yeah, he really has nothing to complain, I'd say. But we're getting then, just 2 laps to go to the end of this race. It is almost over. Yo, we cannot wait to end this race. Here we go, we're gonna be watching then Yoa on his final lap of the race then. This is going to be then now the victory lap pretty much. As one of the most humble people of this server. And one of the nicest people of the server as well. Is about to then finally go for the race win. You can see him already not being able to contain himself with joy. He's already waving his car, waving at the fans, waving also soon at the team. But as he gets himself then, he's gonna be soon crossing the line. He has never taken a podium, but today he finds himself at the top as Yoa wins the British Grand Prix. So amazing stuff there. But yeah, amazing stuff there from Yoa. Then I am indeed crying, not because of Yoa winning, but because Jesus Christ, my throat is completely suffering. So looking then at the results, you got then Yoa with the race win, Edith Figo in second place. Then you got Ludwig in third, followed by Party P4. Then we see Member got with F1 Ferenc Suduce. Then we see Flix in P8, followed by Vituka, then Nico Rosberg, which is Aussie, then being in P10. Then we got Carlos just ahead of Shunani with then Piggy with a nice debut there in P13. Then we see Michone with Albano, then it's Robert, Urist, and then Lexus running up the grid here. So that is pretty much then it as we then go now into the race interviews. So we find ourselves then here at the interviews, and obviously we're going to be starting in with the race winner, Yoa, as yeah, the rain gods were in your side today, and what a race win, as it was also your first podium. So yeah, how do you feel?
Uh, well, yeah, we're here now, eh? We're here now. Um, okay. I, it's not like I'm lost for words, but like, I think there's been quite a few times where I've wanted to just not race anymore, and just give up because every time it's like, you practice so much, you get so close to achieving what you want, and it just slips away the whole time, man. And like when we started this race, I thought it was going to be a similar story because I was very passive, sort of at the start, and then slowly but surely things started clicking. And obviously the rain call, I was like, you know what, let's go for it. Nothing to lose, because I knew the pit lane's long, and I knew, like I have pace on the inters if necessary, and it worked. And then the first inters lap that was like rainy ice, I was like solid. And from there, it was just like worrying about what's next, what's next. I'm trying to contain my smile the whole time while trying to just negotiate each corner, and then like little mistake, it's like oh shit, and it's like then lap after lap ticks by. I remember on lap 31, I was like, This could be it. This could be it. But there's still 5 laps to go. My keyboard had malfunctioned a few times during that race, so I was a bit worried. And time went on. Final lap, I think you saw on commentary as well. I just started freaking weaving because yeah, when you've tried for a long time, and obviously when you've seen others achieve what you've been wanting to achieve, it there is a part that kind of like stinks because it makes you question like after a lot of practice and a lot of etc and playing flashes, it's like not being able to convert it, it does eat away at you. So yeah, nah. So yeah, uh, a win at last, and yeah, thank you to everyone for the messages. Wow, yeah, wow. We're here now. We're here now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely always going to be hard to describe the feeling, but yeah, huge congratulations and thank you. And then we do go then with Figo as yeah, race it was kind of turned upside down, but he still finished second, so solid points for one time, which I think not sure if it's going to be enough for you guys to win the title today, but it
Pretty
might.
sure it is.
Oh, it is. So yeah, congratulations
Yeah.
then. So so how do you feel then?
Yeah. It feels well. The constructors was always the goal. For me. So we're happy to get that across the line. I think both of our drivers we beat our respective like SCP driver. So yeah. It was a good championship fight. I think there's a lot of setbacks. A lot of like behind the scenes drama. I think which kind of like impacted us a lot. So this was it's quite difficult actually. I think we had a lot more setbacks than most other teams. So to get it across the line is quite a relief because there's moments where I was like, fucking hell, bro, we're actually gonna lose this shit. Um, especially at the beginning of the season with that Phantomy thing. So we're very happy to get the constructors across the line. It's the ultimate goal. So happy with that. In terms of the race, yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. Ultimately, um, it's a great win. Take advantage of the situation, and when you get the luck on your side, go on and win it. So congrats to you for that one. It's definitely frustrating for me and Flix though, because I think I got less what do you call it, fucked, as they say. But we both kind of got negatively impacted, and I'm sure if the luck was on our side, we would have won very clearly. I think a lot of the gap there was because of the rain call rather than pace. I think I was catching you, not in like a disrespectful way, because luck is part of the game, and he did well to take advantage. But yeah, just frustrating. But luckily there's a dry race next round, so hopefully we can take 1-2 in that, and we'll see how well we can do. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, I see. Alright, so thank you. Actually, I do have another question, it seems, from Matimar. He told me to ask you about your recent ball call to the small knowledge.
What?
Just check the driver radio chat.
You have to like reply to the moment here. I've seen Peto say I lost 2 seconds after the pit stop. On the softs, I was catching him, and then I went on mediums because I knew I wasn't catching the guy, so I might as well just have better tires against the other two guys behind me. But even then, I was catching him at the end, obviously. So
So,
I don't know what question. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird, but so, yeah,
What does
thank you.
that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Uh,
I have no fucking clue what that means. But yeah,
Alright, then
yeah, that's it.
we then go to Corbett, as yeah, your race was one of those where I think you benefited from the rain, but yeah, I guess it's still yet another solid result. So yeah, what can you say?
Um, yeah, I mean, I wanted to see how the alternate strategy would have gone because I felt like the medium strat was working like a lot better than I initially thought it was going to do, but the rain cut that brutally short. It would have been so much better for me if the rain came in of like 3 laps later, but it is what it is. I stuck the inters on. I got fooled by the first rain. Um, and then I went on softs and I realized, wait, these guys are gonna get fooled. Like I just sort of like stayed out on the second rain, and that got me right back to essentially where I ended my first stint. And then I was just holding on to net P4 for most of the race, and Ludwig was able to extract something out of the tires that I couldn't today, and that's really the difference between getting a podium today and not. But kudos to him. We gain on everyone I wanted to like battle today, which is like everyone in the standings that I'm battling today. We gained on, which is good. From memory, I don't think this is enough to get anywhere close to Flicks, but P2 and the drivers should be possible now. So that's very exciting.
Oh, seems Nuno has.
Yeah,
We're here to
Nuno's
celebrate the life of Nuno Pinto. He was an avid UL commentator for many seasons, but it looks like he is no longer with us. We will always remember his iconic moments, such as all those titles he won in the earlier seasons of UL. The fact he's the undisputed GOAT of the league, and also, well, I think that's that's it. Where is he?
Oh, sorry guys,
Let's go, Nuno.
I actually had to leave for a bit, but
It's
yes,
okay. We can
No,
you can
I
use
mean,
your editing magic later.
and
or you could just
it's all
leave it in.
recorded either way, so
Yeah,
yeah, it's
just
gonna
leave it
be.
in. Just don't edit it at all.
But yeah, either way, so yeah, thank you, Carvid, and yes, so we go then to man better goat in P5, and you have a bit of a complicated race, but with that alternate strategy, you managed to still be in the top five. So yeah, what can you say?
Yeah, that was quite a lucky race, I would say. My start was horrible. Immediately lap one, like into the first braking zone, I went onto the outside of someone, and that ended up with me into the grass, like behind someone, completely stuck. So I dropped quite a few positions then. Then some further edging and other things going on dropped me to around P12, I think. Um, like ahead of the people behind me, but very far behind like the main group. And I was there together with Ludwig. So I started on the mediums and he started on the soft. So I allowed him to carry me a bit towards the front, which helped a lot. But then I was just imagining that it was going to be a pretty poor race, that top 10 would have been probably the most I was going to get out of it. And then when the rain came, because I was on the mediums, I pitted later than basically everyone else. So I just recently pitted, like just one lap in or something to my second stint. And it started raining, so I was like, you know what? It is time to do something else. And I just stayed out and hoped for the best. And it did end up being a fake rain. So then everyone who pitted was already behind me, and then they had to pit again, so they were even further behind me. And then the rain came again, and I was like, you know, now is a good time to go for it. And some other people stayed out. And then they got the better of me. So, you know, it was a bit of a half-half, but I think I got the better end of the stick in that. So in the end, yeah, I think I went on to hards for the last two stints, which was not great, but it allowed me to do one less stop than the people around me, which gained me some positions at least. And then I had a nice fight with F1 fan at the end there, which was fun for the last couple of laps, which I just held on to. So overall, way better than I expected after the first 2 laps of that race. So happy to still take home a P5.
Alright, so very nice to hear. So we didn't go to Flix. Is he here? Is Flix here? Yeah, I don't think he is here. So I guess after Flix, who is still here? Let's see. Iscado. God, I don't think he's here as well. Shuri, no. Albono? Yeah, he's gotta be here, right? Jesus Christ, see, people really left after I left as well. I guess that's fair. Uh, oh, Flix is here. Okay. Now there I see. So yeah, I guess we go 10 to Flix. Probably very disappointing race because you were leading and were looking for a win. So I had to finish on EP7 today. It's gonna be tough. Although here it does say P8, I'm not sure if there was some lag that put you further down in the race results, but yeah, what can you say then?
Uh, Probably one of the best races this season I have, to be honest. Got every rain call right, which I like as well. And then I got, of course, history class from Matty and himself. So yeah, it was fun. Um, could have done worse, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like on a real note, I would have genuinely just slimed everyone in pace wise. I was genuinely just literally the quickest. There was like no like competition. And then of course I got pole position, had a great start. And then I don't know what Figo was doing. He just kind of went into the grass, got me the lead, and then started getting the gap until after the pits, the second stint, I had pretty bad pace. I don't know. I don't know. The kind of was the butterflies got into me because I was leading. I actually wanted to win, and then of course the rain calls is just crazy. Like it goes from sunny to rain, and then back to sunny, and then to rain again, and then it was just I don't know. It happened like 3 times, which is annoying. But yeah, I'm still leading the championship. For next race, there's no rain, so I will just win that.
Yeah, so I guess you're gonna be looking to um, you know, pretty much just clear that title, and yeah, I guess you gotta be looking forward to that as well.
No, no, I'm winning it. I don't care. Like it's 18 points. I don't see myself not winning it.
All right, then. So I guess that's it because now I'm just looking at the other names here, and I don't think there's anyone else. So yeah, that's pretty much then it for this race. Next round we're then gonna be ending this season at the French track of Luteria, which is a fictional track made by Eleanor. So we'll see you there. Until the next time, and goodbye.